Hi, this is Kevin Davey of KJ Trading Systems, and welcome to a 5-part video series of how to trade like a champion. Just to give you some background on myself, I've been a futures trader for about 19 years now, and for 3 years in a row, from 2005 to 2007, I came in either first or second in a real-time, real money, year-long trading contest. Each of those years I had over 100% return. So that's where the title of this video series comes from, because these are the same steps that I used to become a successful trader, and I'll show you how you can use them. Well, first, a disclaimer: you should pause and take some time to read this, because there are significant risks in trading futures, and whenever you see hypothetical results, you have to realize that they may not work in the future. And finally, all account decisions should be your own. So what are the 5 steps to trade like a champion? We'll go through each of these in this video series, but basically you have to have a written plan, you have to find a strategy, you have to check and double check what you're doing, you have to execute the strategy, and then you have to monitor and adjust. And all of these are important whether you're creating your own system or you're following an advisor. Okay, now we're at step 4 of how to trade like a champion, and that's executing your strategy. 3 main keys to this. First, you have to determine your level of involvement in your day-to-day execution of the strategy. You have to find a good broker, and then you have to be willing to pull the trigger. A lot of people get to the point of pulling the trigger and then they get stage fright, they become afraid, and they never do. Or worse yet, they start to and then have a couple losers and then stop. Pulling the trigger is one of the big keys that we'll talk about. So how did I do this? Well, I determined my level of involvement, and initially when I was doing this, when it wasn't full time, I would enter trades at night, or I'd automate my systems. And when I could, I'd try to monitor the markets during the day and just kind of observe what's going on. Now that I do it full time, I still basically do the same thing, where I try to automate my systems where I'm not looking at every tick on a price chart, but during the day I'm doing other things such as creating new strategies. But it's key that if you're going to do a day trading strategy, for example, that you can actually devote the time to do it during the day. It sounds simple, but a lot of people will buy something or create something that they just can't implement in real life, and that's not good. Second step is to find a good broker. There's a lot of good brokers out there. You just have to look around and find ones with good trading platforms. And the other part you want is some good customer support. So when you call up with a question or a problem, you want to make sure they answer the phone right away and that they have knowledgeable people. There's a lot of brokers out there that aren't that knowledgeable, and so take some time and find a good broker, and that's what I did. And then the third step is to pull the trigger itself. And for me, it was developing systems that I felt confident in. Then pulling the trigger really became kind of a simple process because I had the confidence in my system, and that's something you have to develop on your own. Here's an example. This was copper from a couple of years ago, where halfway into this tremendous uptrend, I got a signal to go long in one of my systems. And it's always kind of tough to pull the trigger when you see the price going up and up, and then you get in, because you're always worried about falling back down. So what did I do? Well, I followed the system, and that's the key. I did exactly what the strategy said to do. And looking on another chart, you can see that this trade actually was about a one contract trade that was about a $34,000 profit over the space of 3 or 4 months. So following the system really helped out here. Sometimes following the system leads to losses, of course. So how can you do this? As I mentioned before, don't sign up for a day trading system if you have a day job where you can't devote the time. You have to find a good broker. Find one you're comfortable with. Some brokers will help you pick trades. Some brokers are good at automating. Some brokers will help you find other systems. You really have to look around and find a broker that fits your needs. And the third thing is to pull the trigger. One way to do that is if you find a system you want to trade that you don't create yourself. There are auto trading services out there that will take the trades automatically, and you don't have to overrule them or anything. And that's a good way to relieve some of that trigger pulling stress that a lot of people seem to have. Well, that concludes step 4 in how to trade like a champion. Please visit my website, kjtradingsystems.com. You can also follow me on Twitter using the website shown at the bottom. And I look forward to talking to you soon.